Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and welcome to LEGO Mini Reviews, the show where I review a ton of different LEGO vintage and new sets right here on the Duckbricks YouTube channel in a short form format. So I have a ton of Bricklink orders to get through, as well as just associated LEGO purchases, and I figured instead of making a mega video where I go through every single one that's hours long, why not break it up into separate mini reviews? And so, in addition to our normal 3 videos a week schedule, be sure to stay tuned for a mini review dropping every single day where we do not normally have a standard video releasing. I hope you enjoy, and let's jump right into our first pick. Speaking of underwater themed LEGO sets, this set right here was one of the few LEGO Bionicle system sets I did not previously own. And now after this trip, I do own all of the Bionicle system sets. They just happen to have the 3 I was missing. But starting off with this build here, it is some sort of an aquatic monster for the Barraki. You can see Tacadox and Kalma are piloting it inside here, and it is a very simple build, but honestly it's pretty bulked up and pretty menacing. I want to get some of the side stuff out of the way first though. Funnily enough, the value of this set is pretty inflated because of one piece, this particular dish in this color of transparent light blue. It really was only in this set and I think a couple of others, so this piece is actually really rare, and most of the listings for the set on Bricklink just exclude this piece for a deep discount. Thankfully I got one that had it, so I do have the full jellyfish with this particular color of the dish right here. Now these pieces are actually glow in the dark on the bottom, which is pretty cool to see. And of course we can then move on to the next part here, which is some sort of a, I would assume, leftover budget piece thing. It's kind of the most simple of platforms featuring a squid launcher in the system sets. You can move around the squid launcher and kind of move the platform around, but this is just something super simple and honestly is not the best build, as you can see. Moving here, this is actually pretty interesting. It's some sort of a submersible dive craft for the Toa Mari. You can see Toa Mari Huki is inside there, the minifigure version of him. And this just comes together like so. It's using some pieces that actually were designed for a ton of other sets around this era, cropping up in City and Technic and whatnot, but the transparent blue color and strange nature of this makes it feel really otherworldly, and I actually kind of like the look and feel of this little mini escape craft. But of course, moving on to the main attraction here, this is some sort of a crawler or some sort of underwater creature for the Barraki. Now, of course, you can move around the legs, which are just very simple. The Vaki staffs mounted on the ends of the Toamata limbs here. What's interesting is that it actually recolors the Visorak claw or tooth pieces in white, which is a nice recolor to get. I certainly was not expecting to see these in white. And it does have an interestingly shaped mouth here, grasping onto some sort of a Zammer sphere. So it is pretty interesting. A very unorthodox vehicle for a LEGO set. It is very simple in the way it's built up, but it is pretty menacing, and I actually do kind of like the look of this. It's one of my favorite Bionicle system sets in general, just because of how simple the concept is and how well put together the build is in relative terms compared to many of the other builds. But of course, it's nothing compared to the Toa Terrain Crawler, which a battle between this and the Terrain Crawler would be pretty cool to see. But now we can probably move on from this to our next few Bionicle system sets, so let's go. Alright, and with that, we have summed up this mini LEGO review. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and do let me know down in the comments below what do you think of this set. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? And if you own it, what have been your experiences with building and playing with the set itself? Also let me know in the comments if you like this format of mini reviews. I'm trying to put them out on a fairly regular basis, so thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon.